Eric Tice alongside Travis Rettenmeyer, and we are here to get you started off.
Yeah, I'm excited about this battle. You know, the Owls have been the supreme team so far in Challenger, rightfully so.
Yep.
But DC's got a lot of really good players, so it's going to be great to see how they compete in this match. They're coming off a really good Dreambreaker win this morning, so hopefully they fly in with some confidence.
0-0-2.
And we are going to get started here in women's doubles. Krista Gecheva serving.
That's a good pull, though. I like that move. She's got to show a little aggression early. She has a tendency to be very passive. So if she can come out with some aggression, hopefully she can maintain that aggression.
0-0-1.
Eric, who do you think is the mark here on the Owls? Do you think it's better to run things through Zoe or run things through Brooke?
I would say return to Zoe.
Okay.
And then obviously from there, figure out what's working, what's not working.
Yeah, I think it's really circumstantial. Brooke her drive is probably second to none.
Yeah.
And Zoe's going to drop a lot more balls, maybe a little bit more dynamic and variety. But depends on the players, right? Maybe they want to see the drop, maybe they want to see the drive.
Yep, for sure. It also depends on the other player's ability to crash, I think, as well.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Connor Garnett, Tui Nation walking by. Very average forehand, but pretty good two and backhand. Also jacked, as he said.
Questionable statement, maybe.
Very questionable. Full bluster. Great D. That's one of Krista's best assets is she does not say die until the ball is dead. She will fight for every ball.
For sure. Brooke has a lively overhead, though. Puts that one away.
No question. That Agassi paddle is a great paddle. My boy Andre, love you, man. Hope you're watching some pickle today. So we got 1-0.
1-0-1.
101, Brooke serving.
Second serve.
I think that's the pattern that DC wants to try to create. Andrea, you know, her backhand is so versatile, out of the air, off the bounce. If they can kind of keep that pattern going, I think they got a good shot.
Man, that's slicey.
Yeah, she puts a lot of nut on it. I don't know if it helps for her. I think it helps the other players more, to be honest.
Yeah.
They can just counter it too much.
And they already have top spin.
Exactly. This is a great spread from these ladies.
Mm-hmm.
They just move that thing around, opened it up left and right.
Two 0-2.
What hands? What hands? I mean, Brooke there just covered the spot perfectly. You literally saw her paddle go up as the ball was rising, and she knew exactly what the spot was most likely to cover, and she did. That's a big part of pickle. Sometimes it's not about hand speed, it's about knowing where to guard. That's just a thump. World-class technique there.
4-0-2. Side out.
Nice hands there. Good cover from the ladies. Need to settle in a little bit, slow it down. I think a touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're a little bit too ambitious
0-4-1.
in the pulls right now. I think they all probably need to get a little bit more into the game with getting to the kitchen.
Yeah, I think Brooke and Zoe want to play faster.
Yeah.
They're just very, very good at that style of play. The question is going to be, can they get the ball down? Neither Koop or Gecheva necessarily is super confident in their drops at all times. They rely more on defense to get in. So they're going to have to slow this down and hopefully find some rhythm with their drops.
1-4-2.
Perfect drop. And there you go. That's beautiful from Koopy. tough.
Zoe with one of the best backhand flicks in the game.
No doubt.
On the women's side, she's just, that wrist gets so much topspin.
And it's very simple. You know, there's not a lot of action in it. It's just the paddle's right behind the ball. It doesn't look like she's going to make a lot of errors. She can poke it flat, create a little spin. She's got a lot of variety. I mean, it's a great backhand. Yeah, she's just running it right now.
Yeah, the Night Owls are undefeated so far in Challenger, and the women took a little bit of an upset loss yesterday to Bay Area, and I think they're trying to make a statement here.
Yeah, I mean, we played them yesterday afternoon. I thought they played great. That certainly is an upset loss. But, you know, in this format, one game, someone comes out hot, anything can happen. And truly anything can happen in pickle in general. But yeah, they're certainly favored as of now every match that they walk into at the challenger level.
Yeah, I think that that change to 11 side-out scoring is very different mentally for the players in terms of, oh, it seems like we can always come back. But with this one game to 11, the pressure seems to mount quicker. It
seems to mount quicker, and you don't have that kind of backstop of the freeze, which kind of, you know, was that manufactured drama that some of us loved and some of us didn't love so much.
Yep.
But yeah, it doesn't allow for a lot of room for error. You got to better find it early.
Yep.
I do think, though, in relative to when we had the scoring with no freeze, you do feel more of a sense of ability to come back. So it's funny, you know, we've tried a lot of things here, and who knows what will stick with time. But I think we're on the right track.
Lucky neck cord there by Gecheva, but she'll take it.
All day.
There was no apology there.
I don't think there should be.
Agreed.
I think full bags and let courts are part of the game.
Big side out there. Vegas is leading 5-4 on a 1, looking to get a side switch here.
Yeah, DC made a nice little run there, 3 points. Oof.
Jen, 6-4-1, Las Vegas.
And at this side switch, we will head to a quick break. We'll be right back with more action.
Edward Jones MLP San Clemente is brought to you by Hospital for Special Surgery, the official hospital of Major League Pickleball. Stella Artois, a taste worth more. By the Botanist Isla Dry Gin, distilled with 22 wild botanicals. By Dulce Vida Tequila. Dulce Vida Organic Tequila. Tequila, pure and simple. And by Nobilo Sauvignon Blanc, New Zealand's finest Sauvignon Blanc.
Welcome back to Torre Grandstand Court at the Edward Jones MLP presented by DoorDash in San Clemente, California, one of the most beautiful venues we have on tour. We are playing women's doubles, and Vegas is up 6. Now they're up 7-4 on the 1 with Zoe Wang serving.
7-4-1.
Zoe so far has just had so much variety. Great drop by Brooke.
Second serve.
These two are playing together a lot on the PPA as well, aren't they?
Yes.
Pretty consistently.
Yes.
7-4-2.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Those girls are fast.
Eight, 4-2. Side out. Four, 8-1. Second serve.
Just not getting enough balls down to get into the points. Too many easy side outs here.
4-8-2.
There you go.
Point.
It's a good pull from Koop. Got out of the way.
Brooke just a little late to counter on that forehand and sails it high.
5-8-2.
Yeah, I think that's kind of her one weak spot, is she can get a little bit flaily on that forehand counter. Backhand counter is very, very small and compact.
Yeah, you do not want to be speeding up at Brooke's backhand.
Not at all.
6-8-2.
Oh boy,
Point.
7-8. It's amazing how these things turn quickly. 4-8-2 to 7-8-2 on a little 3-point run.
7-8-2.
And Vegas calls a timeout.
Good timeout there, I think. The Night Owls definitely lost the momentum there, so I think they just want to get a little reset going. If you are Steve Deacon talking to Brooke and Zoe, what are you saying there, Travis?
I think I'm just trying to tell them to stay calm. You know, a couple points there, maybe 2 or 3 let courts, but this is pickle. You know, there's always swings, 3 or 4 points. It's going to happen in almost every match you play. And now the moment, hopefully, whatever strategy that they've employed or they've talked about beforehand, it's like, let's get back to that. Let's try to make sure we execute it. And generally speaking, at the end of games, it's not really about that. It's more about, do we execute? That's it. It's not about the strategy. It's about, do we have the guts to kind of execute what we're trying to do?
Right.
So hopefully they have a clear objective.
Right. Just on the screen, you can see the Vegas Night Owls are the women's team that has the best record. They are 8-1 overall, and they've won 61% of their points.
Time in.
Incredible.
7-8-2.
Especially in side-out scoring. That's a big number.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Koopy.
Side out.
What a great setup.
Yep. Travis mentioned
8-7-1.
Brooke and Zoe playing on the PPA Tour. I just checked. They have played every single tournament together this year, and they've made the quarters 3 out of the last 4 tournaments. They're very consistently getting to the quarters.
Yeah, there's clearly like tier levels at the moment on the men's and women's side in the PPA.
9-7-1. Second serve.
Happens.
9-7-2.
I'm gonna bank on the adrenaline right here. It's gonna be a drive on the third.
Okay.
Oh, not. Oh, yep, it is. That's not the spot on Koopy. You don't go back in on that lady. She will pump that thing at you.
Okay, DC's still alive. I think they need to get some points on the board here, otherwise they're going to lose all the momentum they just gained.
Yep, this is a huge point here. Oh my, what a dig. Wow.
Chris's defense is unbelievable.
She will fight, man. Got her.
Point.
That's great play. Krista really deserves the credit.
Right.
That first dig was insane. Koopy looks sharp right now, man. She's playing well.
8-9-1. Second serve.
Good bait ball in the middle there. I know. I don't think she left that high. I think that was a little bit of a bait ball, and Koopy took the bait.
Yep, they looked antsy, you know, and that's always a tough feeling. You want to pull it so bad.
Side out.
So they started that rally or that side out with 7-9. We said they needed to get points 8. This one's going to be tough.
9-8-1.
They have to get a stop here.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they drove every ball
Right.
there. It just shows tension.
Yep.
They didn't want to hit anything delicate.
Point.
Good point there.
Yeah, good setup.
Now we have a first game point here for Las Vegas
10-8-1.
with Zoe serving to Koop.
Good dig. Nope. Shit. Shoot.
Point game, 11-8, Las Vegas Night Owls.
It's a great match from the two ladies. That was tough. Koop kind of gave her the go to the note real quick, and I think Krista was just reacting.
Yeah, just hit a mishit off the top of the paddle there. Unfortunate, but so the Vegas women win. And up next, we're going to have men's doubles. For DC, we have Stefan Auvergne and Daniel De La Rosa versus the Las Vegas Night Owls, James Delgado and Pablo Tellez. We'll be back after a quick break while they warm up.
My name is Itamar, and this is the story of how I got my life back. In college, I injured my back swimming, and pain became so bad that I couldn't function. Treatment was solely focused on my lower back. I was worried that I was never going to get better. When I found HSS, it felt like I had found the cure to my pain. My doctor asked about my hips, as opposed to every other doctor that only asked about my back. HSS changed and saved my life.
Don't let residue ruin your play. Reset, the ultimate solution to bring back the grip, spin, and control to your carbon fiber pickleball paddle. Say hello to a paddle that feels brand new. Reset. Play hard, play clean.
972.
We met on the pickleball court.
Actually, we met on pickleball court.
I imagine myself finding someone I probably end up with on the pickleball court.
I think dating in New York can be a lot of fun, but there's definitely some challenges.
I would so much rather meet someone in person than online, like 100%.
I have friends that have met their significant others on the courts. I believe it could happen.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea. A lot better. Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
And welcome back to Grandstand Court at the Edward Jones MLP San Clemente, presented by DoorDash. We have the D.C Pickleball Team against the Las Vegas Night Owls. We are in the second game of this match. Las Vegas women won 11-8, and now we will have the men playing against each other. D.C. has Daniel De La Rosa and Stefan Auvergne. Auvergne is a lefty, so Daniel will be playing the left side exclusively. And then Las Vegas has another lefty. So we have lefty on lefty action here. Pablo Tellez and James Delgado, one of the newcomers to Challenger this season, and I'm super impressed with his play thus far.
Yeah, likewise. He's been very, very impressive, top to
Game
bottom.
two,
I
time
think
in.
his hand speed is really fast. Every now and then he can get a little hyper-aggressive, but
Yeah.
I think his skill
0-0-2.
set is very, very high.
And he just displayed that with a really great two-way speed up off the bounce. I noticed that
0-0-1.
when I saw him the first time in MLP Austin. I was very impressed.
Yeah, no, he played great. In MLP Austin, he actually completely destroyed us and was by far the best player on the court,
1-0-1.
speeding up left and right. And I think his best attribute, honestly, is his hand speed. His hands
Yeah.
are fast.
Yeah.
Like, the dude is quick.
2-0-1. Second serve.
You know, Pablo is using a new lotto paddle that is kind of more in line with the rest of
2-0-2.
let's just say, poppier paddles these days. And I think the one shot he's struggling with so far is that third shot drop. That's always kind of been his signature.
Point.
Yeah, I know the previous models he was playing with didn't have as much pop, but they had. I do think they had a good amount of feel, and he is known for getting into the kitchen with his third, so
Yeah.
he'll dial that in.
Oh no, he'll dial it in. It's going to take a little time. He needs this. These days, if you don't have something along those lines, you're just too big of a disadvantage.
For sure.
I think that's been real evident even with Delgado's game. Is he was using a Selkirk for quite a while, and since he switched to the Agassi paddle, his game is infinitely better.
Second serve.
Oh, he missed that long.
He missed it long. It's a great move.
Yeah, I'm taking that all day, right? Like
all day. That's the.
You just miss hit. Fine, that's a great move.
Great move.
Let's serve.
And with that said, I'll give a little love to Selkirk. The new Selkirk
0-3-2.
SLK is a bomb paddle.
I've heard that from multiple people.
Yeah, very, very good. So they've entered the conversation. Re-entered, I should say.
Quick side out there for DC. Las Vegas with all the momentum, and we talked about the game of runs.
Yeah, these two play quick. You know, they when they're playing well,
second serve,
it happens fast. 5, 6, 7 points in bunches.
3-0-2.
Got it.
It's really good.
Yeah!
It's a great point. Really good defense there from James, and just a better move from Stefan.
Also, you mentioned Pablo playing with a new Lotto paddle. Daniel's playing with one of his new Pro Kennex paddles.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. I mean, it apparently obviously has a lot more spin than his previous Black Ace. I don't know if it's quite as poppy.
I don't think the thing is for Daniel. I don't think he needs more poppy.
Definitely does not. The guy's got plenty of speed in that loose wrist of his. Stefan's played great all week. Wow, that's a great move again. He's just going a little bit too big with it. He's got to shorten it up just a touch.
Yeah, I really like Daniel and Stefan as a team. Like Stefan brings a ton of consistency. Like he's gonna get in, he's gonna make dinks, and Daniel's a bigger player in terms of like going for more. And so I think they complement each other very well.
I think they do as well. I mean, Stefan puts so much pressure with the Ernie. He's probably top 4 in the Ernie category. You know, you got Deckel, Tyler Loon,
3-0-2.
I'm trying to think if I'm sure there's another one I'm missing, but those guys can just jump it, and he really does shrink the court.
Yeah, for sure. You know who has a very good Ernie, in my opinion, that isn't as tall? Was Will Howells. He's a very good mover on the, and he reads it so
and
well.
He's jumpy, so
yes.
explosive.
Yeah. Great dink there.
It's a big boy, Delgado.
Yeah.
He is thick. You got to be 220, 215. Think it's in that range? That's got to be.
He's a really good mover.
He's a really good mover, but he's a thick boy. Like I don't think that's body type thick. I'm not talking like heavy thick. I'm talking body type thick.
Yeah. He does not skip leg day. I don't think he's ever
had to do it.
Yeah.
4-0-1. Second serve. Four 0-2.
Great Ernie there from Stefan. Really fast hands from Delgado.
You said it. You said it.
Oh, he'll have at least 3 a game, Stefan. It's on the reg. Even when you think it's out of reach, you're wrong.
Zero 4-1. 1-4-1.
Danny with kind of one of his racquetball swings there, you know, just
Second serve.
You can just kind of create a lot of power in a very short period of time.
Isn't that I think that's one of the stories of pickleball that's not told enough. And I think it's a really cool story is Daniel's is Daniel De La Rosa, sorry, was the #1 racquetball player 3 years in a row and chose to come and play pickleball because it's a better living. He makes more money.
Sure.
And obviously I think he has a little bit more fun here. But it's a crazy story that he was the best in the world for 3 years running.
Yeah, it's funny. I went back and watched some of his matches in racquetball because I was curious.
Yeah,
and
I did too.
So many similarities in the technique and just the way he uncorks balls, and I was like, okay.
This makes sense now, for sure. I did the same. When I met him, and I did a preview article or like a biography on him, and I was like, I don't know much about racquetball. Let me check it out. And I was like, oh, I could see this very quickly.
He's got a lot of the skills that he showcases are directly correlated with that.
4-1-2. Right up.
This is a good battle so far. These guys are
For
playing
sure.
well.
1-4-1.
No one's really gained any the momentum fully yet. I know they're up, but
yeah, it was a tough start I think for DC, but since then it's very, very even. That's great hands from Danny. Way to back up, create some space, and then punch it.
Yeah, for those amateurs at home, a lot of coaches say you got to stick to the line. You got to stick to the kitchen line. Once you're there, you can't give it up. But if Daniel had stayed on the kitchen line, he would have gotten beat 99 times out of 100 on that one.
Yes, I have a theory on that. I think you can back up quickly and then regain your balance and move forward as Daniel did. If you're going to back up and kind of be leaning back, then you probably have to reset. He's going to play defense. But if he can get the weight neutral or, leave it. If he can get the weight neutral or leaning forward, even with the backup, then he can absolutely cork it.
Yep. A lot of the women in today's game are very good at that. They see a speed up coming, take a quick shuffle step backwards, get set, reset the ball, and then get back to the kitchen line.
They're definitely better at the men. I think they're adding an element to the game that I've been trying to work on is seeing space and creating it for myself.
Yep.
So that maybe I can pull off the bounce or if I have to every now and then, as you said, react to a speed up from a different position instead of just standing there flat-footed and saying my hands are fast enough.
4-2-1.
Yeah, it's the guy's ego maybe gets a little bit in the way. My hands are fast enough.
Damn testosterone.
Second serve.
It's curse and benefit.
The female player that the female player that comes to mind when talking about that, to me anyway, is Kate Fahey. She's on the line. She's on the line. She sees the speed up. Obviously, she's an elite mover, right? So she can take that quick step backwards, reset, and then get back up to the line.
Yeah, so I go Rachel Rohrbacher.
Yep, very similar. I was going to say her, too.
And she does it in a different manner. She kind of creates space to create angles, almost to
create
an aggressive dink.
Yep.
But there's so much more to this game that we don't even know yet.
Yeah.
You know, we're all still learning constantly.
And I know you like doing the junior PPA,
I do.
those camps and things, and
I got one today, I believe.
Those kids are just doing unbelievable things.
Ridiculous.
It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, they're just gonna absolutely, like I used to say when I was younger in this game, I say younger, 2 or 3 years ago, that the kind of the next crop would be tennis converts, and it's not. It's all these young dudes that started at 12, 11, 10,
3-4-2
that are just playing with a different level of dexterity in their wrist. Now, granted, when you see them hit them overhead, it's like, oof, they should play some tennis.
Yeah.
But all the stuff around the kitchen, filthy.
Point.
That's
Pablo's looking a little discouraged here all of a sudden. Pablo's got to stay positive with his partner here. He has a tendency to maybe get a little bit down.
That was the first time and it's very difficult. You might be able to talk more about this, but it's very, everybody loves saying lefty, righty, 2 forehands in the middle. It's the most amazing thing. It is very good.
Yes.
But when you're both fighting for the ball, it makes partner communication a little bit more difficult.
I think if you can play together a ton and clarify who wants what, then yeah, it can be a real benefit. But there's certainly times where it's a detriment.
No! Second serve.
Now Delgado getting a little down. We'll see. He plays better when he's a little bit fired up, I've seen. And if he gets in this like rut of emotion, sometimes he pulls a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think it's a fine line for him. I think he plays well when there's a little energy. I think he plays poorly when there's too much.
Agreed.
You know, hopefully Steve can help him with that. Pablo is probably as good at that as anyone. His little flick off the 1-E as a lefty in particular is really, really top shelf.
And we saw that one was a problem again. Ball in the middle. Daniel thought he moved towards it. Stefan thought he was going to take it, and then by the time Stefan was able to get it, he just missed a pop-up.
Point. Timeout. Change ends. 6-4-2.
So we're at 6-4-2. The Las Vegas Night Owls serving, and we're going to switch sides. If you're DC, what are you saying to the guys here?
I'm saying we've had a rough start.
Yeah.
For the last 15 minutes, we've been I should say 10 minutes, been the better team.
Yes.
Let's stay with it. I would be dinking a ton towards the middle. Like, let's make these guys make decisions.
Yep.
But Danny's got to stay active. I think they're doing a really good job of looking for that drive and crash. Stefan's forehand does tend to bend a lot, so it's very easy to crash on. And yeah, I'd run it through there. You know, I think Delgado's the guy who's, you know, you're going to win by, lose by, kind of die by the sword. Live by the sword, so I'd be running almost everything through him. Pablo's going to be a lot more steady. And yeah, once again, you know, it just comes down to clear objectives. I think the hardest thing when you're in these high pressure moments is just maintaining a very clear objective.
Right, yeah, sticking to one or two focus points.
Yeah, exactly.
Of
it
this.
can get really confusing. You know, sometimes when people come out and they're like, this I'm just like, hey, it's not enough. I need one, maybe two, and that's it. So I'd be thinking a lot middle and telling Danny every time Stefan gets a forehand, go.
Yeah.
It's a great move.
Point.
Yeah, I played college soccer. I have no tennis background, but my college soccer coach did one thing. I still coach soccer and pickle.
7-4-2.
But one thing he taught us was he would give us a index card that had two things on it. And you're only allowed to focus on those two things during a match. And you don't, if you mess something else up, you're not allowed to worry about that.
Right.
And then you're not overthinking too much, because as an athlete, you just thinking is going to be the detriment every time.
There was a line Mike Bryan used to use with, don't think, it hurts the ball club.
There you go. Pablo really wants to Ernie right there.
So badly.
Second serve.
They're finding the weak spot right now, which is Stefan's backhand dink.
Yep.
If you can find that area, which is one of the reasons he Ernie's so well, he kind of cheats over in the corner a bit.
He can hide it, for sure.
He can hide it, but that's the play. And that's just great hands by Delgado to counter it.
Yeah, his hands are... He hit a forehand, and then it came back very quick. He didn't even load it. He just pushed it forward, keeping the ball in.
I've been super impressed by his hands. Do we have the record for Delgado and Tellez so far? I know they've waxed us twice.
I'll look it up.
Oh, did you have his tennis record there? I'd like to know that one.
And we're headed to a quick timeout. 8-4. That turned around quickly. Momentum in pickleball is everything.
Oh, man. So fast.
Let's see. So Delgado, he graduated 2022 of high school. He was a 4-star recruit out of High Point. So I think he still lives in the High Point area, but trains with the Charlotte crew.
Gotcha.
The Brooke and.
Okay.
And that's I think they're a really good mixed team, and I was like, wow, they're so quick with the chemistry, and they play all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
15 seconds.
Oh, I thought he was in Florida somewhere. That shows what I know.
Time in. 8-4-1. Second serve. 8-4-2.
It's a big serve from Pablo. Oof,
Right up.
bad miss.
4-8-1.
He's so far in front with the hands.
Mm-hmm.
There's Pablo
Second
again.
serve.
Gave it that that's not the
4-8-2.
pattern, James. Tell him. Pablo talking to the D.C coach there, letting him know that cross-court dink battle between Stefan and Pablo is only going to go one way, and I have to say I agree with him. It is definitely not the pattern that D.C wants to get into.
5-8-2.
Oh boy. Every now and then that loose racquetball wrist just flags one.
I mean, that one was at least 2 feet out.
I'm going to go with 8.
Okay, I was trying to be nice there, Travis.
Yeah, I don't do that. I stick to facts. I stick to facts.
Okay, that's fair.
Point.
Uh-oh, Pablo's really talking now. So when he starts talking like that,
He plays
he's
way
way better. And
Pablo
he's
is
very
definitely
into
one
it.
of the very few that, and I at least like to put myself in that class, that the more chatter that goes on, the better off it's going to go.
I mean, this recipe for success so far for Las Vegas, they're up 10-5, game point. Pablo drops, James crashes, and
James
finishes away with his lightning quick hands.
Lightning quick hands and insane power.
Yeah.
Like truly insane power.
10-5-2.
Too quick.
Yep, they had Las Vegas had a problem there in the middle, and they were still able to come out with that one.
Yep, and they figured out that. But really, that match to me, at least, came down to hand speed.
For sure.
The two guys were just faster, and
Yep.
there's no other way to say it.
Okay, so we have Las Vegas Night Owls up 2-0, winning 11-8 in women's doubles and 11-5 in men's doubles. Up next, we do have our mixed match number 1. That is between Andrea Koop and Stefan Auvergne for the D.C Pickleball team, and they are playing against Brooke Buckner and James Delgado of the Las Vegas Night Owls. We will head to a very quick break, and once they're back playing, we'll be right back with you.
Do you love pickleball? Experience Major League Pickleball live in Grand Rapids, Michigan on July 10th through 13th. Feel the energy as the world's best players battle for first place. Every serve, rally, and point, electric. It's more than a match. It's a full-day experience with great food, fun activities, and an exciting family-friendly atmosphere. Don't just watch. Be there to feel the excitement and witness greatness live. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at MajorLeaguePickleball.net.
You think we're winning the war on climate change? You cannot be serious! Where's the camera? Close up on me. Hydrogen, baby! Hydrogen!
私は地球を救うために効果的な方法は水素で駆動する世界を築くこと。
You remember 81 McEnroe? Well, that's Torre right now. They're proving haters wrong about hydrogen. You can't be serious! Okay, but you get the point.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea. A lot better. Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
What does it mean to be rich? It's not just about the places you can go, but also the people who welcome you home. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
15 seconds. I have DC
Welcome
serving on
back
my
to
left.
Grandstand Court at the Edward Jones MLP San Clemente, presented by DoorDash. We are at mixed doubles number 1. Las Vegas up 2-0. This is a must-win for DC in order to keep alive in this match. We have Brooke Buckner and James Delgado going up against Andrea Koop and Stefan Auvergne. Travis, you asked about the Las Vegas guys and their
Game
record.
3, time in.
I just looked it up. This is their last match of this event, so they've now played 10 games together. They're 8-2 overall.
Oh, I think honestly, I think they might have started 0-2 as well.
Yes, I think they did.
Point.
I think they even almost got pickled in one, like on day 1 in Austin, and since then, different ball. Like I said, the first time we played it was like the first 3 points. James sped up at me all 3, and it was like, whoa! I did not anticipate that, and he just lit me up.
Point.
It's a great drive from Stefan. They're gonna need a good start here.
Yeah.
This team has been a very solid mixed team, as you stated, but up and down for sure. And I think a lot of that ties to what you stated, is the emotional kind of capacity of James to kind of handle the mixed pressure.
Right.
It is a different responsibility when you're in it.
For sure, and he's also very early finding that backhand dink of Stefan.
Absolutely, that's the spot.
One, 2, 1.
This is definitely DC's one team, A team, versus Vegas's B team. So if they do get through this, they still got a very, very difficult road ahead. To be young, James looks so shifty. It hurts me watching. I would have had that, though. I would have had, just kidding, I would have had that.
He overcooked it. He actually had that and overcooked it into the net.
Like, no, he was there,
yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah,
1, 2,
he's
2.
explosive for sure.
Point.
He's dinking great, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taking it at the apex, sometimes even on the rise, giving very, very little time to the opponents to think. Really, really high-level stuff so far from James.
2, 2, 2.
He is camping out in the middle and has not really been tested on his backhand here. I'd like to see DC try to get something
I
to
think,
his
I think that's the right play, too. See, that's
Point.
a big error on Stefan's part in my mind. Like, she's stretched there. There's no reason to lock
3,
feet.
2,
That's a
2.
good example of what we talked about earlier. Here's your back up and think odds are of her making this are slim.
Yeah.
Side up.
But yeah, I agree with you in the sense, I actually think the best pattern here for DC to get into is a backhand cross-court
2,
rally
3,
with
1.
Koop. Koop's backhand cross-court is as good as anyone's. She can probably hang in with James pretty well, and then create opportunity, because then it allows Stefan to get big.
3, 3, 1. Second serve.
Again, he takes that on the rise, which is very, very smart. It's almost like you can't set your feet in time to react. And I think that's a new addition
3, 3,
in
2.
pickleball in the last 6 months to a year, is people are varying the spot of the height of the ball of which they start to attack.
Right.
3, 3, 2.
That's unfortunate, because she doesn't try to do much with the serve. She just tries to guide it in there. So that's a big unforced error there.
Yeah, it's one thing when you're going for a huge serve and miss it long
you can
or
live with
whatever,
it.
that's fine. But when you're just
3, 3, 1.
bumping it in.
Right, you're lofting it in, you can't have the error.
As an extremely solid 4-0, Travis, I do that way too often.
Well, you know, I'm sure there's ways to work on that one.
Second serve.
Yeah, he's right. It was probably flying, but it's tough because Stefan shanked it a little bit. It's
Yep.
tough to know if that's going to carry or not. Those are probably the most difficult ones to react to. Funny enough, he probably would have been on it had he hit it clean.
Right.
3-3-2.
It's a great crack, though.
Wow, that missed by just a bit. Buckner showing off, obviously, why she's a top 3 to 5 singles player in the world.
Yep, on the reg. And I think a lot of ability to improve there as well. Even as her singles game is at the top of the game, she wins with really 3 skills. And as she starts to come forward more and more, she's going to add it.
Right.
Get it, improve more and more.
She's one of the cleanest ball strikers in the game.
I think she is the cleanest ball striker. I mean, it's tough to put anyone past Anna Lee, obviously, but her ball striking is right there. Doesn't quite move as well. Obviously doesn't have quite the variety, but if you went just pure forehand to forehand, backhand to backhand, she's right there.
Agreed.
Four, 3-2. Point.
All right, it's a good drop. Here comes kind of this this moment for James where the errors kind of creep in.
I like Brooke giving a little positive energy.
Yep.
And encouraging him.
Yeah, no, I think they have a very good rapport. They seem to support each other very well.
5-3-2. Point, timeout, change ends, 6-3-2.
It's a big serve there from
It was
Stefan.
a very good serve, directly right at Brooke. Those are some of the most difficult serves to deal with because you have to you're basically figuring out, am I going forehand or backhand, and the ball's moving quickly at you, and she just couldn't clear her body quick enough. As we go into this side switch, let's take a look at these challenger level standings. Vegas Night Owls way up at top, 2.78 points per match. They've only dropped a few points, actually 3 points. DC is still in second place. And then the Nashville Chefs have dropped, so they switched at this event so far. We still have more matches to go, obviously. And then the California Black Bears are tied with the Bay Area Breakers at 1 point per match.
And we're the lowly folks. 10-6 in the last match didn't help.
You know, you guys aren't that far out.
No, I don't think we are. I think we're improving as well.
Right, 100%. And we
15
have,
seconds.
we're only 40% of the way
Time
through the
in.
challenger level,
We got
season.
plenty of time. Plenty of time. We added Paola Rives, and she's been awesome.
I saw her for the first time on championship court. I actually commentated that match you played, the first one. Very impressive.
Yeah, that was actually our worst match too, I think, and we got better and better as time went on. And she's going to get more and more comfortable, learn more and more. So I'm really excited about her as an addition. She also lives really close, so we can get some reps in.
A lot of training.
Yeah.
6-1, we'll now proceed to video review.
Oh, we got a challenge here. Fair enough.
After video review, the in-ruling stands. D.C Pickleball Team, you lose 1 free video challenge. You have 2 remaining. Las Vegas, you have 3 free video challenges remaining. We'll resume play at side out, 3-6-1.
You know, it's funny. Coming from tennis, a tennis ball is so much easier to call than a pickleball, almost
Time
because
in.
it gives you, with certainty,
3-6-1.
some kind of mark.
Yeah.
Some kind of like validation in your eyesight. Here, it's really just that moment. And then, of course, from behind the ball, you have no shot. Kind of just guessing.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Back to that challenge that we just saw. I love the change from MLP. I know people get a little anxious about all the rule changes and all of those things, but midway through this season, MLP changed the rule so that a team could call a ball in and then challenge their own in-ruling, which I think is the fairest way to do it, and I really like that.
I do too. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we all want to get the ball right.
Right.
You know, and if that's the primary objective, then let's get that objective. So yeah, that's definitely the right call.
6-3-1.
Delgado with a basketball-style skyhook situation in the middle there.
Yeah, I think he was reacting to Stefan's fantastic hands. I don't think he thought it could come back, but it sure did.
7-3-1. Point.
It's a great serve again from Stefan. I want to say that's the third point he's won off a serve.
Yep, good. I was going to say they needed to take a timeout there. Yep. They're both looking out of sorts there. And I love that, you know, Las Vegas has a coach on the sideline. Just no worries about it. No one has to think too much. Steve is just sitting there calling timeout.
And it's a great coach to have. Steve is awesome.
All right, and we will head to a very quick break during this timeout. We'll be right back with the action.
Love pickleball? Experience Major League Pickleball in St. Louis, Missouri on July 17th through the 20th. Feel the energy as the world's best teams battle it out for first place. Every serve, rally, and point. It's electric. It's more than a match. It's a full day experience. Meet the stars, grab autographs, and see your favorite players up close in action. Don't just watch, be there to feel the excitement. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at MajorLeaguePickleball.net.
Time in. 8-3-1. Second serve.
8-3 on the 2. Good timeout. Delgado gets a high, easy ball to put away, building his confidence back up.
8-3-2.
Las Vegas needs this one to stay in this game.
Yeah, and I think James has got to get a little energy going here.
Yep.
He needs to get the mojo going right now.
Like just like that.
Huge pop. Like that's just a big ball. It's a forceful young man right there.
Yeah, I don't see too many guys with the backhand flick actually coming off of the ground with both feet.
Right.
Still hitting the ball where he wants with that power.
No, he really does. He has a very quick action that creates a lot of force.
3-8-2.
Oh, that's a great move.
Love the read. Everything. Again, we've talked about, you know, missing a drive or whatever. That was the right move at the right time with the right read. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, credit to Koopy, though, man. She read it,
Yep.
too. She's like, okay, girl's going. I'm going to speed this bad boy up.
Mm-hmm.
That's too good.
Serve.
Cleared that by 1/8 of an inch and just nutted it.
And he can go anywhere with it, too.
Yeah,
that's the thing that
Very
really...
dynamic.
He goes down the line there, he's still winning that point.
Yep.
8-3-2.
Well, he's got that hand speed to follow it up.
Yeah.
He's getting going. You know,
Yeah.
He's definitely put himself in the middle of the court more. He's hitting a few little fades and showing him a little more variety. I wouldn't be surprised if they creep back here. Steve Deacon is probably the best coach for this young man, too. He's very calm, very cerebral.
Right.
He's going to help him out a ton.
Point.
And that's one of those points that can really turn the tide.
Yeah, great hands from everybody, but Vegas able to come out on top there.
What do you think? You feel a little momentum shift?
For sure.
For sure.
Absolutely.
It happened. It's you can feel it. Uh-oh. And that's an anxious miss from
right,
because that ball's hitting the scoreboard behind us.
Yeah.
And Stefan plugged it.
5-8-1. Second serve.
She knows it too. Brooke's savvy enough to know that that's a ball we would miss high if we miss it.
Right. I like this play, honestly, from DC. Vegas has a bunch of momentum.
Take your time.
Take a little towel timeout,
Yep.
Double towel timeout, to be
Very
honest.
wise, yep. There's that backhand counter we were talking about. She just plugs those elbows into her body and keeps it so compact.
Yep. Super quick reload.
Super quick.
6-8-2.
One more, and I think DC's taking a timeout.
Yep, I'm with you.
Good volley there.
Now that's a mistake I make often, too. I think James hit the drive. The ball came back with force. There's no need to try to drop that fifth. I think you actually got to hit out of that and just keep the ball going until you get a better opportunity. Nothing good is coming out of that drop.
8-6-1.
Yeah, the odds of a very good drop into the kitchen from that ball are very low.
Very low. It's a highly precise shot, and you're not on balance, and the ball is coming with force. Just keep the ball going. Wait for a better chance. That's sick both ways.
So sick both ways.
I mean, that was maybe one of the best two-handed speed-ups I've seen, in that he took so much pace off of it, and just beautiful. Hands are so fast.
Side out.
James Delgado might be the male pickup of the year.
For sure.
This kid is on point.
6-8-1.
You know, it's too bad that we're going to go head back to that crazy point there from Delgado and Auvergne. Too bad Auvergne couldn't win that point, because that behind the back get almost into the kitchen was pretty unbelievable.
Oh, especially because he was so far ahead of it.
Yeah.
And then because it was so off speed, and he still caught it clean. He still hit it perfect, and then James was just right there. But Stefan's an unbelievable athlete and should be credited for it.
Stefan's originally from France, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
I know he was like a weightlifter, previously a bodybuilder.
8-6-1.
One of the nicest guys out there. Never once has even hinted at a bad call or. No.
Yeah, definitely known as one of the nicest guys.
Full,
for sure.
full cred to him. He's got tons of class, tons of character.
DC has been on this 8 for what feels like forever, Travis.
Yep, they just can't seem to get off. This might be the one that's a great drop from Koop. It's a little change up. Can't go there to him. He's too fast.
No chance.
He's too fast.
No chance. And I love this call.
Las Vegas.
I love the offensive timeout.
Love this. Oh, wait. I don't know if they already took one.
Oh, they're saying they don't have any more.
Las Vegas does not have a timeout.
Okay, so they're not taking a timeout.
It would have been the right call.
For sure.
You know, let's figure this out. How are we going to do this? We drive in the first? We drop in the first? What are we doing? I think DC's got to get back to icing out Brooke a little bit. Seems like James is suddenly hitting a lot of balls.
Yeah.
He's clearly in rhythm. Let's get him out of rhythm. Boy, that kid's fast.
Second serve.
If DC is able to get this ball back, I'd like to see them take an offensive timeout. They've been on 8. I think that they've been on 8 for 6 serves.
They absolutely should. They got to change this up somehow. That's a great counter.
Point.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. It's on the opposite corner of where we're sitting. There's no way to see that.
Okay, Koopy agrees. She saw,
or at least
she said she
somebody from
missed
the
it.
bench. Somebody saw it. Yeah.
2 challenges left. 7-8-2.
Live on there from Stefan.
Yeah, I'd like to see a timeout here from DC.
I think you're right. I think they need to clarify the tactics here. Like we kind of went back to, let's get a 1 to 2 point objective here and try to deploy it. Maybe it's a drive and crash. Maybe it's a lot of confusion going on at the moment. Goes for the tweener this time. That behind the back didn't work, so we'll try this. Yeah, they don't know. Look, to me, they have no idea how they're going to win this point.
Right.
They're just hitting balls. And look, the hesitation's becoming more and more clear.
I think that's now 8 serves that they have not scored a point on.
No bueno.
Well, they were up 8-2, I believe. So
7-8-1.
all the momentum in Las Vegas' favor right now.
Oh, he tipped it. He hit the tip, and it went in. Yeah, he tipped it. That was not clean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Came off with a little extra scud.
7-8-2.
Why can't I jump the corner like that, Eric? I really want to. Don't
think-
answer.
oh,
Don't
okay,
answer.
okay.
Don't
Rhetorical
answer. I was
question.
just, yes, I don't want the answer. I know the answer. That's how I earn right there, baby.
I think the answer starts with a 4, Travis.
Come on, man. Me and Brady are just changing the rules.
Okay.
Okay.
Who took a timeout?
I believe DC did, finally.
Okay, got it. We will head to a quick break in this timeout, and we will be right back.
When the game gets intense, don't let residue ruin your play. Reset, the ultimate solution to bring back the grip, spin, and control to your carbon fiber pickleball paddle. Say goodbye to caked on gunk and slippery surfaces, and say hello to a paddle that feels brand new. Backed by science and made with love by passionate pickleball players just like you. Experience the Reset difference today. Reset. Play hard, play clean.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea. A lot better. Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
They started a little early.
Good
Great
ball.
D.
Right foot stepped in the line during.
Oh, boy.
Still during the Corsley volley. Second serve, Stefan.
Boy, I'd like to see that one.
I felt like Stefan was 3/4 of the way back towards the baseline.
I think they're classifying that as a continuation, but
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I think he hit it and then he went backwards, but that's not in the sequence of the volley as far as I'm concerned.
8-7-2.
Those are the gray area rules that we need to figure out a little bit better. And it's hard. It's not an easy thing.
I'd like to. Okay, we're gonna get a replay here. Let's take a look. Okay. Stepped in.
7-8.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
oh, he did
tough.
step in.
He definitely
did step in.
Definitely step in. Is that part of the volley though? Is that the volley's over and now he's recovering backwards? I don't know what the rule is there, or the definition, because to me he'd already reestablished.
I think in the definition, I could be wrong, but I think in the definition there is the word momentum. So
right,
it's like,
but to me he's moving it back, right?
Yeah.
Because he'd hit the ball, and okay, now I'm going back. That's a secondary movement. It's not like he fell in.
Yeah, it's a good one to clarify.
That's a hard one. That's very difficult.
We're gonna send this. We're gonna send this replay to Courtney Johnson. Figure it out.
Courtney, you better have us. Don't blame the ref one bit. That's a very difficult call.
Oh, for sure.
And for sure he's got. I mean, I think he's got to call it. I think he made the right call.
Second serve.
Right. Okay, we're all knotted up at 8-8.
8-8-2 here. Brooke serving. Don't remember seeing not a snowman on the board for DC.
It was a while ago.
It's a long time. It's a long time, guys. I'm almost anxious to like root for Koopy here. I just feel bad. Let's at least get to 9, huh?
8-8-1.
That's too good. Once again, that backhand counter is money.
Eight, 8-2.
Good serve. Not in it. Boy, that's good. Whoa. And that's how they get off 8, with an absolute stick save from Stefan. Great athleticism.
Just the way they drew it up.
Just the way they drew it up. And that was a great play from James, too.
Right.
That little angle was beautiful, and he's really felt it for the last 5-6 minutes here.
9-8-2. Point.
Oof. Hesitated.
Yep.
Tough one. You think it's up, and then it's not.
He may have switched the spot he was trying to go
I think he did. I think he was thinking
right
angle.
in the middle of that.
Yep. Until he realized it was low.
Yep.
Point game.
Wow.
It's a great game. It's a great win
Very
for DC.
good game.
High level all the way around.
Up next, we have the second mixed doubles. Again, DC is in a must-win situation to force a Dreambreaker. We have Krista Gecheva and Daniel De La Rosa for DC against Chao Yi Wang and Pablo Tellez. We'll let them warm up, and we'll be right back with the action.
Vamos.
Wherever you are on your pickleball journey, our experts are here to help.
Do you love pickleball? Experience Major League Pickleball live in Grand Rapids, Michigan on July 10th through 13th. Feel the energy as the world's best players battle for first place. Every serve, rally, and point, electric. It's more than a match. It's a full-day experience with great food, fun activities, and an exciting, family-friendly atmosphere. Don't just watch. Be there to feel the excitement and witness greatness live. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at MajorLeaguePickleball.net.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea.
Not better.
Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
What does it mean to be rich? It's not just about the places you can go, but also the people who welcome you home. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
My name is Itzmar, and this is the story of how I got my life back. In college, I injured my back swimming, and pain became so bad that I couldn't function. Treatment was solely focused on my lower back. I was worried that I was never going to get better. When I found HSS, it felt like I had found the cure to my pain. My doctor asked about my hips, as opposed to every other doctor that only asked about my back. HSS changed and saved my life.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Welcome back to Edward Jones MLP San Clemente, presented by DoorDash. We're on Grandstand Court in a pivotal Game 4 matchup of the D.C Pickleball team against the Las Vegas Night Owls. We're in mixed doubles number 2. Daniel De La Rosa, Krista Gecheva, your former teammate, are playing Chao Yi Wang and Pablo Tellez.
Yeah, this has been a great match. I mean, this is where I sometimes get so excited to be a part of pickleball because these matches are so fun to watch. The level is so high. The drama's there. It's just been awesome so far. So let's see how this Game 4 turns out. Krista's got a shift there. I know she thinks that's her ball, but that's Danny's ball. He's trying to set that up.
She's got to slide right.
She's got to
stick
slide
to the 2E if they speed
Correct.
up at her and let Danny take that ball.
When the male is playing on the left and the girl is on the left, he's literally trying to play as far to her backhand side as possible and then shrink the court to the middle and challenging her to go behind him. By her not moving, it prohibits him from doing what he's trying to do.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
That was a better sit from Krista on the backhand. I think something Krista, I'm not sure who she works with, but I think she's got to take a fair bit of spin out of her drops. She tends to hack at them, and that creates a lot of loft.
I just don't think it's as repeatable stroke with every single time she's dropping the ball on the forehand side. It's always with that slice, and it's just not as repeatable as just getting the ball with little to zero spin or even top spin.
Yeah, or even top spin, right? Because she's actually changing her grip and hacking at it, creating almost a chopping motion, think sand wedge.
Yep.
And yeah, it's effective if she nails the target, but really I think trajectory needs to be the primary focus, not whether it lands in the kitchen. When you loft it like that and you miss your target long, that's night-night.
Right.
And so if she's aiming 2 feet over the net and misses it long, she's good.
1-1-2.
Sorry guys, Jimmy was giving me some grief. Always.
Always.
It's fine. We've got a hate-love relationship.
Back to the Gecheva slice thing. One of the top women that employs that is Georgia Johnson, but she does it when she gets to the kitchen line and she's cross-court dinking.
Yeah, very different.
Very different.
Very different, right? She actually, in my head, I can almost think of her never hitting a slice drop. I do think of her hitting slice defensive dinks, which she has to. If there's an aggressive dink and she's got to take it off the bounce, she'll chip. But the game now, and I think from my view, Hayden and Gabe are the two best at this. The roll drop move forward is the way the game moves. That's the way it's going. You don't relinquish offense at any time, and you just got to start working on it. Whether you have it or not, you got to start putting in the work and not giving these hack slice drops. That's so 2 years ago, you know. I mean, it's just not happening anymore. It's a good D from Danny there. 4-1 with an early start. This is quite surprising.
Agreed.
I mean, they are dinking up a storm right now, and that is Krista's best asset, is she can make balls.
Right. I do like, so from the DC perspective, they're finding the outside corners. They're going to Pablo's backhand and Zoe's backhand. And Las Vegas is just dinking middle, and Danny's playing very well in the middle, covering most of that.
Yeah, I think he's wrong.
Result of the rally is going to be a point for distraction fault. Result of the rally is going to be 6-1-2. You're challenging that there was a double bounce or that the ball hit his paddle and then went to ground. Okay.
Hopefully we can get the replay here.
Las Vegas is,
we'll see
Las Vegas is challenging that the
we have a challenge.
Paddle and then hit the ground, causing a fault. The result of the rally is we'll now proceed to video review. After video review, there was no fault in the previous rally. You Las Vegas Night Owls, you lose 1 free video challenge. You have 2 remaining. DC, you have 3 free video challenges remaining. We'll resume play at point. 6-1-2.
Good shot, DC.
So that play was called, Daniel let the ball bounce, and then the ball came up off of his paddle, and there was a fault by Pablo. So Las Vegas.
Are you guys good to start live play?
Clearly.
Nope, clear shot.
Yeah, clear.
Are we good for an end change?
And we'll get started at this end change. It is 6-1.
6-1 DC. I did not have this build. But, man, Danny can be tough. And Chris is playing great. Pablo looks rattled, so they need to, shake this off.
Seems like that call was getting to him a little bit. He just needs to reset his brain.
Yeah, he seemed angry before, and now that certainly kind of set him over the edge.
7-1-2.
Credit so far to DC. They played really, really well.
Yeah, Danny known for a lot of things. His transition zone and defense not super high on the list, and he's playing great right now in the middle.
His defense has been insane. He's literally hit every ball directly in the kitchen from any adverse position. Again, that's the second time.
Second time, for sure. I mean,
she needs to move.
Yeah. I would say, am I a crazy person for saying that Daniel has top 10 overhead in the game?
No, not at all. And his forehand stretch, while it's very flat, it's incredibly effective.
Right.
And he, racquetball background does create a lot of whip with that wrist. That's a point if she's in the right position.
2-7-1.
And I think, again, the issue is not necessarily that it's not just not her ball, but where she sets her body creates the issue.
Right.
Point.
She needs to be aware of where the ball is and then shift with it. I'm sure intellectually she knows that. The instinct is probably
3-7-1.
telling her otherwise.
For sure. I guarantee if she watches that back, she's like, oh, I have to slide a half a step.
Right.
But in the moment, that is much more difficult than us sitting here saying that she needs to do it.
No question. And it's unfortunate because those definitely are the kinds of plays that can shift it, and it looks like it might. Yeah, I generally leave it for that guy with the rubber arm.
Yeah.
Just a hunch.
Yeah.
4-7-2.
Oh boy.
I'm telling you that pattern. If DC gets the kitchen, Vegas is just dinking middle. And then Danny can pick which wing he wants to go to and just keep hitting those backhands, and it's obviously a winning formula.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they definitely need to switch that up a little bit and get to the wings a little bit, especially on Danny's backhand. Get him out of position first.
He's not a huge Ernie threat, and so Pablo could definitely play down the line at least a little bit to get him out of the middle there.
Yep.
Football, right foot on the line. Point.
Let's see how Pablo reacts to that.
Captain, you want challenge?
Oh, he's way in.
Captain, Las Vegas is challenging referee's fault call. The result of the rally.
I actually really like this challenge. I don't think he's going to be right, but I think Pablo wants a mental reset, and he's going to get it with this.
Yep.
And as suspected, Pablo definitely stepped in, but again, I do like the challenge. He needed a mental reset. He got that other call against him, and I think he may have spiraled, so hopefully he mentally reset himself and gets ready to go.
You know, this is where I hope that we get gambling in pickle one day, because this is a plus 5,000 after the first 2 matches.
Yep.
And look where we are. Like, I mean, I want this. I want to go back and take this. So I relish that day. I can't wait.
I commentated Friday night, last night. What was the match? Brooklyn versus LA. And every game went opposite of what you would think it was, and it was super entertaining.
Quick on that is AJ Kohler. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. That dude is balling out. And there's no one I enjoy watching more ball out, because the guy has just got straight swag dripping all over him.
Gecheva getting fired up here.
I like that. That was a great pull middle. Not known for that, but she went for it. Oh, gosh, that's such a good setup. He made the toughest 2, and then he missed the easy one.
Yep.
5-8-2, ladies and gentlemen. Now is where it's winning time. This is where the tension starts to take place, right about here.
DC really enjoys being on 8 points for a long time, apparently, in mixed doubles.
They love it. This is going to be back to 8-8, and then they're on. Oh, never mind. 9-5.
Okay, 9-5.
Danny might have the best slap flat drive.
Yeah, there's not much spin.
No, it doesn't exist. He doesn't want it.
No, doesn't need it, really.
9-5-1.
I mean, I probably might want it. Who knows?
Okay.
Okay. But either way, it's sick.
Point.
I have played Danny a few times in mixed too, where he's just been hot for moment 1, and it's tough to handle.
Especially with a lot of pressure quickly.
A lot of pressure, and the woman's just not used to seeing generally a ball with that kind of speed and that kind of trajectory.
Side up. Or excuse me, second serve.
10-5-2. What a win.
Wow.
What a win.
Wow, DC comes back from 8-5. We have matching score lines in gender doubles, 11-8, 11-5 in favor of Las Vegas. And then DC took over mixed, 11-8, 11-5. We will have a Dreambreaker coming up.
Wow, nothing better. Best thing in sports, Dreambreakers.
And we will head to a quick break, and we'll be back with the Dreambreaker action here on Grandstand Court.
Summer, the Big Apple becomes the battleground. From July 3rd to 6th, Sport Time Randall's Island hosts the fiercest fight in pro pickleball. Every point matters. Every moment counts. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now.
So this is pickleball? Probably get some pickles at the bar.
Next, David and other David.
Better idea.
A lot better.
Still haven't seen the guy with the pickles.
No, me either.
We met on the pickleball court.
Actually, we met on the pickleball court.
I imagine myself finding someone I probably end up with on the pickleball court.
I think dating in New York can be a lot of fun, but there's definitely some challenges.
I would so much rather meet someone in person than online, like 100%.
I have friends that have met their significant others on the courts. I believe it could happen.
You think we're winning the war on climate change? You cannot be serious! Where's the camera? Close up on me. Hydrogen, baby. Hydrogen.
私は地球を救うために効果的な方法は水素で駆動する世界を築くこと。
You remember 81, McEnroe? Well, that's Torre right now. They're proving haters wrong about hydrogen. You can't be serious! Okay, but you get the point.
Welcome back to San Clemente. What is a Dreambreaker? This is the most exciting thing in Major League Pickleball. It's a tiebreaker game after the teams are tied 2-2. They play singles, 221, win by 2, rally scoring, and you play 4 points, and then you get off the court, and your next teammate comes in, and the Dreambreaker lineups are submitted the night before. So, in this Dreambreaker, we have the D.C Pickleball team has Stefan Auvergne first, then Daniel De La Rosa, Andrea Koop, Krista Gecheva. And the Las Vegas Night Owls have Pablo Tellez, James Delgado, Brooke Buckner, and Chao Yi Wang. So we'll see who wins this
15
matchup.
seconds. DC serving on my left.
Up first, we have Stefan Auvergne versus Pablo Tellez. I would,
0-0.
Travis, would you say that the Vegas Night Owls are favored here?
Heavily favored.
Heavily favored.
As a Vegas betting man myself.
Side out, point 1.
Sorry. Yeah, I have Vegas heavily favored, and the over-under that we are taking, which I think is very reasonable by Eric Tice, but a bad bet if he was going to take the other side, is DC is under 16. That's where I got it.
You're thinking
That's what
16?
he gave me 16.
I did.
I think we're going to be more in that 13 range, maybe 14, but it's going to be tight. And, you know, just to plug my club coming up in St. Pete Athletic, we will have gambling nights. Gambling is fun. Gamble on pickleball. It is coming to a theater near you in due time.
I didn't see this early on, but Pablo has a lot of K-tape on that left elbow.
A ton. Oh, what a pass. No, off the tape. Oh, no. My under's getting destroyed by let cords. What a play from Stefan. We'll see. Pablo can be iffy in these Dreambreakers. He gets a little heated, and then sometimes the quality drops.
Dreambreakers are so tough. Just 4 quick points.
I got to tell you, Stefan this morning, too, he played awesome. He was playing against Michael Lloyd and just played lights out.
I heard he was great.
He was great. I mean, I want to say he was 75 to 80% of the points won, and didn't let up. You know, his serve, forehand, first 1-2 strike is really top shelf.
3-1.
Oh boy.
Point.
Danny is not the best singles player I've seen, but I was pretty impressed at the last PPA. He did sign up and got some reps, and that's really all he needs.
Poor return is putting...
Oh my goodness, I take it back. I take it back. He's an insane singles player. What a 1-2 combo there.
Yeah, that poor return put Delgado on the back heel.
Yep. But he actually had a great volley, and
He
Danny
did,
somehow snuck that by him. Whoa. Whoa. I mean...
Delgado's doing everything he can, and Danny's just answering.
This is not surprising that I'm going to lose a bet. Danny's playing lights out. That mixed lights out.
Short hop, return.
No way. Okay.
Side out, point
If he made that, then,
I mean,
then
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
just
I'm leaving.
leave.
Yeah, I'm done. Then it's clear I know nothing. What a start here from DC. Again, loses the first 2 matches, looking very bleak, and now we are at 6-2 in a Dreambreaker, the greatest thing in sports. We got Brooke Buckner heavily favored here against Andrea Koop, but do not sleep on Koop. She can play some ball. Ooh, the tension crept in there. You could see a full D-cell on that forehand.
7-2.
Whoa.
Point.
This is like a crazy, just unlucky situation for Vegas right now, and very, very lucky for DC. And
DC looks like they're playing real loose, and they got a lot of belief, and you can see that Vegas is on their heels. They are just beside themselves.
Right.
Side out, point 3.
Yeah, Brooke not even celebrating there. She's just frustrated and wants to get another point here.
3-8.
Sir.
Ooh, it's a great strike from Koop.
It was. She had it too.
She had it lined up.
It was open.
You got to respect that from Koop, though. You know, she's one of the. She missed it wide. Ooh, no, no, it's wide, and she's always that way, as fair as they come.
She's got to be. She's a lawyer.
Well, stop that. I've been getting absolutely robbed lately. Great return.
Great
from
return.
Krista.
Yes.
I mean,
you know. Oh, go ahead, Travis.
No, I was going to say Vegas. I mean, Zoe was the 8th seed in the PPA. Like that's an unbelievably stacked team.
Yes.
And yet you got 9-4 from essentially all non-singles players. That's why you got to love the Dreambreaker. Like nobody knows. What a shot. Nobody knows. And me in particular know nothing, as my under is nowhere close to being hit.
Yeah, what I was going to say was actually the same exact thing. You have Brooke and Zoe, 2 of the top 10 women's singles players, but in a Dreambreaker, none of that really matters. If they're playing Krista or Koop in a PPA match, 99 times out of 100, they're winning.
Guaranteed.
4 points? Anybody's game.
Yep. Anything can happen. You get a couple let courts, you can just hit a couple great serves, and the tension changes because you don't really have to go. You don't get to work out the scenario of what might happen strategically. It's just a free for all.
15 seconds.
And it makes it a blast. It just makes it a blast.
Time in.
11-4 DC.
11-4.
Krista 3-0 so far against Zoe. Incredible. Make it 4.
Wow.
Well, guys. I'm 1 point away from my prediction. So
I didn't set a good line at 16, obviously.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't go too far. Just because I'm a terrible gambler. Hotels have been built on my foolishness.
Okay, got it. Makes sense. Okay, Pablo gets it. Wow.
Yeah. Let's see if Pablo can get it going here.
I looked up at the scoreboard. I did not think it was 5. I knew they were winning, but not 12-5.
It's a beatdown right now. Wow, great serve. No. No. Why wouldn't he just rack that? I guess he tried to play tricky.
Little cat and mouse?
I guess. But, you know, your ball was sitting.
When it's shoulder height, you're not going to win many cat and mouse matches.
No, I think you got to rack that one.
Okay. That's much better.
Yep, that's better.
Much better execution of a cat and mouse.
Yeah, ball, net height, inside, fair. So we got 6-13 here. I'm at my number. I just need Vegas to win 15 points in a row. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Point.
Ooh, I don't know.
That looked out to me.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll see if we can get a quick replay of that.
Stefan didn't challenge it, so they have a better angle than I do.
Yeah, for sure.
7-13. Side out, point 4.
James has got to put a little bit more pressure here.
Yep.
A little more depth with the serve and then try to get in, because Danny's passing shot is really his weakest attribute, especially off the backhand wing.
Side out, point 8.
Delgado has a... I don't see many guys take as much of a short hop on their serve return and still get it deep.
Yeah. No, that's tough to do. I got to credit a little bit. I think that is the lifetime ball. The lifetime ball is super consistent.
Yeah,
and it's definitely a little faster, but man, that thing stays around, and the response is so short hopping it is a lot easier. He just got to go bigger targets there. All right, we're sitting at 15-9 for DC. Koop against Brooke here.
15-9.
They went 2-2 in the first round.
Side out, point 10.
Brooke, I think Brooke needs at least a 3-1 here.
At least,
probably.
Yes. And
really hoping for a 4.
That was a favorable miss. That's, that's a rare miss.
10-15.
Right there. Just wide, barely missed it. And look, Brooke just finally started to accelerate on that last ball. That's the first ball I've really seen her uncork.
Yeah, she seems to be playing freer.
Yeah, maybe the situation was like, all right, screw it. Let's go with it. Sometimes being down can really help that. She's got her. Oh my gosh.
Side out, point 16.
Brooke is going to be beside herself for missing that one.
You
She
cannot play a
had
better
Koop
point.
running around like a crazy person.
15-11.
Overhead in the middle, missed. Koop, good job with 2-2.
Got to credit Koop there. She's very good at putting the ball center of the paddle into a decent spot and played solid.
Krista went 4-0.
I know it.
So Zoe's really got to come back here.
Zoe's got to pick it up. She probably needs 3 or 4 here to keep him in. Nice ball. Wow. I got to clap on that one.
Women's singles cat and mouse. Love to see it.
That was sick. That was a great little dropper from Krista. She didn't panic, and then very smooth with the pass.
18-11. Side out, point 12.
Clean.
Just gave
Clean
a little too
there.
much time, yeah. A little too much loft on that approach. I think Koop was telling if you're going to come in there, come in middle, no angle.
I like the coaching.
12-18.
I love clear objectives.
Point.
It's a great ball. Zoe can really lean on that backhand, drive through it well. She did it right there.
I love that Zoe didn't come in. She didn't hit a great return, so she waited till the right ball to come in, and then she put the pressure on Krista.
Yeah, it's a good sense of the moment.
Oh, slice, very slicey.
I'm just not a big fan of that sliciness, you know. I mean, I think if you really, really catch it, knife, it can be tough, but man, it just makes the pass so much easier.
14-18.
Vegas with the ball, 14-18.
What a return.
Point.
Yeah, an odd spot there for Stefan to go off the tape.
Yeah.
Much better to go behind Pablo's backhand.
15-18.
Little panic there, maybe. Oh, he had it. He went with a little head fake. He got cute.
$19-15. Point.
Stefan's been the player of the day. I mean, he's just really played fantastic across all 3 events. And I say that thinking all the DC players really are the player of the day. Played really, really well.
Whoa. First loss for the Las Vegas Night Owls, and DC brings it home in a dream.